But I agree with Nicole. The case isn't really about money damages. The case is about the court of public opinion. If I was on Johnny Depp's team, I'd be trying to settle this case right now. He has done what he set out to do in public opinion. He's got weeks of trial to go where it could get worse. He could settle the case now, get out the victor, and accomplish most of what he wanted to do. I think the counterclaims were a huge mistake by Amber Heard's defense. Defendants in civil cases are always tempted to bring a counterclaim. Well, he sued me, I'm going to sue him. And in this case, he sued me for $50 million. I know what I'll do. I'll counterclaim for $100 million. But her claim is on very thin reeds. They've got to connect these statements from the lawyer to Depp, and they have to prove that those statements stand out in a sea of publicity and media attention to this situation and caused her particular harm, and of course that they were false. And then they have to prove she suffered $100 million worth of damages, which doesn't really seem provable under the circumstances. I would have been all over her about this counterclaim on cross-examination. I think it comes back to haunt her, because if she can't substantiate the counterclaim, it is another major credibility problem.
I understand the scrutiny because it did seem rehearsed. It did seem sort of scripted. There were parts of that testimony I didn't like. I mean, I don't know why she's picking on men crying. It's good for men to cry. So I get people questioning it. But I stand with the assertion that it is definitely possible that she is bringing her acting and performance skills to bear, and that it's still true. This dispute's been going on for 6 years. She's had to testify about this repeatedly. So she might not have the same emotions that she would have at the time. It might be more difficult. And the other thing is, listen, I'm predisposed to believe people who say they were the victim of domestic abuse or sexual violence. I think we've grown in this country to a point where we believe people who make those assertions in the first instance. So I'm inclined to believe her, and I'm going to listen to her testimony. I'm certainly going to listen to cross-examination, and I'm certainly going to listen to any other testimony Depp gives. But in the first instance, I'm inclined to believe her.
Can't cross-examine if they run out of time, and I'm finding the time management by Amber Heard's team to be agonizing as a lawyer, as a trial lawyer watching this, to see them fritter away the hours on an unproductive cross-examination of Johnny Depp, struggling to get exhibits into evidence when they had Amber Heard on the stand, and other places where they just lost precious minutes and hours, and now they're under 4 hours left and they have 2.5 days of trial. I don't know what they're going to do.